It's based on the existing federal law, 8 U.S.C. 1225 for illegal entry. And that's why SB 4 is drafted specifically the same way that federal law. And that's the same federal law that's been on the book, when I say for decades, I'm talking about 70 years this law has been in effect.
State Representative David Spiller helped move Senate Bill 4 through the Texas House, and Governor Abbott signed it into law in December. The legislation was set to go into effect on March 5th, but was paused until Tuesday when the Supreme Court lifted its hold. That's drawing differences in opinion across the state.
I had no idea that they were going to allow the hurt to begin and to continue while the cases appeal to the Fifth Circuit and then ultimately back again to the Supreme Court where they can hear it in bank. I thought, I hoped, I prayed, I believed that the Supreme Court would freeze all of that and let the litigation continue, not let the hurt begin while the litigation continues.
Last month, Governor Abbott issued a statement saying, quote, Texas has the right to defend itself because of President Biden's ongoing failure to fulfill his duty to protect our state from the invasion at our southern border, end quote.
This is not an invasion. These are people fleeing. Someday we could be fleeing, just like people are fleeing all over the world from repressive regimes.
There is absolutely an invasion going on, and we're doing our best to address it.
SB 4 grants local law enforcement officers in Texas permission to detain, arrest, and in some cases deport those who have crossed the border without the proper documentation.
So they're deporting everybody that crosses the Texas border back to Mexico. So that's Haitians and Venezuelans and Nicaraguans and Salvadoranians and Hondurans and Canadians and Irish. Everybody who entered, that's what that law says.
According to Mexico's government, it will not under any circumstances accept the return of any migrants to its territory from the state of Texas, and is not required to accept deportations of anyone except Mexican citizens. Adding to the list of those not in favor of SB 4, the Fort Worth police chief also chimed in.
It is the mission of the Fort Worth Police Department to serve every member of our community. And our day-to-day commitment to that mission will not change with the passage of Senate Bill 4. Although we will always follow the law, the primary responsibility for immigration enforcement and border protection should be left to our federal and state partners.
In response to the chief's video, Texas Speaker Dade Phelan posted to X, quote, unbelievable. Compliance with state law is not optional. It is mandatory. Any local law enforcement agency that refuses to enforce Senate Bill 4 is abandoning their sworn duty to uphold the rule of law, end quote.
Their choice is going to be talk to a police officer or not talk to a police officer. Admit to a police officer that you came in illegally into the state of Texas, okay, or not say a word. What do I tell people? I'm going to tell people not to say a word.
The Biden administration is suing to strike down the measure, which they call a violation of federal authority.